My advice for big Australian companies that serve all Australians is pretty simple. Don't take sides in divisive social and/or political issues. You'll only divide your customer base and cause a backlash. Stick to what you know, selling things to Australians. It may sound obvious, but these big companies seem to be stupid when it comes to this. Case in point, Woolworths Supermarkets. Last year, Woolworths didn't want anybody celebrating Australia Day and chose not to stock anything related to the National Day. Their reasons being a gradual decline in demand for Australia Day merchandise and a broader discussion about 26th of January and what it means to different parts of the community. Basically, they took a side, and it wasn't the side of the majority. The reaction was swift, with the ABC reporting at the time, Woolworths and Big W Australia Day decision prompts opposition leader Peter Dutton to call for boycott. Less than a couple of months later, CEO Brad Banducci suddenly quit, with the ABC reporting, Woolworths' new CEO Amanda Bardwell facing one key challenge, say experts, winning back the public. They needed experts to work that out? Wasn't it obvious what was wrong? In July, Woolworths practised their gymnastics skills, with 7 News reporting Woolworths backflips on Australian flags months after scrapping them for National Day. Suddenly, it was okay for an Australian supermarket to sell Australian flags. Who would have thought? Well, the acrobatics continues in the new year, with 9 News reporting Woolworths backflips on Australia Day merchandise ban. Yes, within the space of a single year, they've decided that Australia Day isn't banned after all. In a statement on 1st of January, they wrote, "We will be celebrating Australia Day as a team and with our customers. While we did make changes to our merchandise range last Australia Day due to decline in demand in our stores, we listened and recognised that many customers and teams wanted us to do more to help them celebrate the day. Customers can expect to see Perfect for Australia Day sections in our supermarkets and Big W in the lead up to the day. We also now have Aussie-made flags available for sale in our stores. Our store team members are also welcome to celebrate the day in store." Oh, that's simply wonderful. An Australian supermarket letting its Australian workers celebrate Australia Day. They're too kind. We respect everyone's choices in how they choose to spend the day. About bloody time. Of course, not everyone is happy with this ostentatious spectacle of societal acrobatics. Women's agenda. Yep, buckle up, folks. Actually, it's their #1 news today. Woolies' backflip on Australia Day is another example of how reticent to progress we are. In the article, they state, "Just this morning, another example shot into my news feed, reminding me of our national spinelessness. Woolworths has backflipped on its decision to stop selling Australia Day merchandise. The initial decision by Woolworths was a small but symbolic step forward from one of our leading retailers. Rather than dismiss Dutton's predictable outrage as a storm in a teacup, a significant proportion of Australians chose to back him right in. So much so, in fact, that the tentative step Woolies had taken toward progress has now been swiftly retracted." But of course, women's agenda can't just stop at this issue. They have to conflate it with every other issue. Early last year, we called domestic and family violence a national crisis. According to Destroy the Joint's Counting Dead Women project, 78 women were killed in 2024 due to gender-based violence. What has murdered women got to do with selling Australian hats? But it's not just gender-based violence. Then there's climate change. Where we stand on this issue is nothing short of shameful. Again, what has climate change got to do with a supermarket selling hats? She concludes, "We need businesses like Woolworths, which have the power to lead by example, to take stands and hold their ground. No, we don't. We need them to sell groceries and shut the hell up about divisive social issues. When they retreat in the face of backlash, it signals that progress, however modest, is negotiable." It is negotiable. Of course it is. We can't just expect a supermarket to cancel Australia Day and then everyone just goes along with it. That's ridiculous to have that expectation. Tala is editor-in-chief at Women's Agenda. She's a politics junkie, writer, commentator, and fierce advocate for equality. If she's all for equality, she has to understand that many Australians celebrate Australia Day. Do their opinions and traditions not count? Or are certain opinions more equal than others? The Green Left. Yes, I'm taking you on a wild ride. March on Invasion Day 2025. Why? Join us in our ongoing resistance of the colony, demanding abolition and justice. This day is a call to action to reject the colonial narrative, confront the truth of this racist country, and work towards building the movement of justice and Indigenous sovereignty. Remember, you need Green Left. I don't know about you, but I think most of us don't need them. And just today, the National Indigenous Times are reporting historians recommend moving national holiday to clear the deck. Basically, they claim that we'll never be a united country unless the majority give in to the minority. Anyway, how many more backflips do you think the supermarket can endure before they backflip themselves into the abyss?